Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Red Velvet Talks. How are you today? I miss you all this week. I know it's been stressful, and I hope everybody's managing okay with the stress and everything that's going on. But again, we really don't talk politics here, but I just want everybody to know that just support each other, hug each other, love each other, be safe right now, okay? I have a special guest here. Her name is Lindsay Kinslow, and she is a Army veteran. She served the U.S. Army for 13 years, and she is with us today, and we're just going to sit here and have a good old discussion with my friend Lindsay that I love so much because she's helped me in so many ways when it came to my father when we were trying to work out some things. How are you today, Lindsay?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
So you are a 13-year veteran.
Yes.
U.S. Army. So how was that for you?
Hmm. Overall, it was amazing.
Okay.
Because what I learned. So had I not gone to the military, I would not have been able to experience all that I experienced while I was in the military, and what shaped me now, like who I am now. Big part
of what shaped you now.
Absolutely.
What you yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I see that you have a couple of different foundations.
Yes.
So tell me about some of your foundations, and I think one of them is the VetReset Foundation that I found that was very interesting. So please tell me about that one.
The VetReset Foundation, that's my baby.
Okay.
So I birthed that out of, having experience in the veteran population, as you know, because we met kind of in the beginning of that journey.
Correct.
So from all the experience that I have in the veteran community, I've birthed the VetReset Foundation. It's established to bring awareness to the veteran population, like what actually we go through, the real struggles that we go through.
And this is after coming out of
the military.
Okay.
Yes. So we like to catch veterans as they're transitioning out of the military, so we can help them with that transition process. So we are the community that they lose when you leave the military, active duty or the military. You lose that community.
Okay.
Well, we bring that community to you. Also, we help with that transition mindset.
Okay.
Because if the mindset doesn't transition, then it's going to be, difficult to navigate the civilian.
Okay, so what do you mean when you say the mindset?
So your mindset of the ways you think and approach life in the military.
Because everything is pretty much A, B, C, D when you're in the military.
Correct.
So, okay.
And it's not like that when you get out.
Realistically.
Right? Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So we're there to, help navigate that process. So a lot of veterans, when they get out, they don't know what to do, right?
Okay.
And the typical program says, "Oh, get your resume, get your resume straight. Translate your what you've done in the military, translate that to the civilian world, right?" But they don't tell you about, the mental health piece, the struggle, that struggle that you deal with getting out of the military. It's a grief. We're grieving, right?
Okay.
You're losing who you were.
Okay.
And you're coming into who you're going to be, but you don't know who you're going to be, right? Most of us come in from high school. Most of us stay, a long time. So you don't know who you are.
Right. So technically your baby's going into the military, and then it's like, okay, I need to find my identity.
Correct.
And you're searching for that.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have that identity crisis.
Okay.
Right. And so I myself went through that.
How old were you when you went into the military?
I was 21 when I went in the military. I was about 36 or something when I got out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm medically retired. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to, stay the 20 years. But I always say that was the best decision I never made.
Okay.
Because I didn't make that choice to get out, right? But it was the best decision. I was able to get out and, pour into other veterans, help other veterans and their families.
Like me. Like me.
Yes. And, when I got out, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, I have to help veterans. I didn't know what that looked like. I walked into a VA at Fort Meade and I said, I want to help veterans. And DAV was there. And they were like, oh, you can come tonight. We have a meeting. And I was like, okay.
Like, what does this mean?
I had no clue. And he gave me a piece of paper and told me how much it was to join.
Okay.
And I filled out the paper and I brought a check because they were like, hey, bring a check. And I'm like, check.
So why did you have to do DAV? So why did you have to pay? Or
so I paid the dues.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I paid to be a member, but I didn't know what was going on. I was,
okay.
I was just, that's what he said to do. So I was following orders. I show up and I'm like, oh, there's actually groups out here because I didn't know about the DAV. So I'm like, oh wow, okay. And so I started volunteering with them, and then I started working with them in DC, and then that's how we
right, because you worked with them for 3 years, right?
About 4.
4?
Yeah,
okay.
It was 4 years. Yep. And then so during that time, went through the training, and then I became an assistant supervisor, and I think that's when I connected with you.
And when I say to you, that was a gift from God when I met you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was because for me trying to get services and help for my father was pulling teeth. And me on the outside looking in, I don't understand why veterans have to fight so hard to get the services they needed when really it should be given. And that's just outside looking in. But I can tell you, my mom can even tell you, I'm meeting with representatives at, IHOP so we can go over paperwork late in the evening. I'm on the phone trying to get, talk to someone. I had did so much running around just trying to, and that's long before I even heard about you. And I heard about you through a patient, and he says, oh no, call this lady, she will help you. And I mean, we're talking about a gift from God. And I called you and you immediately said, okay, well just send me what you've done so far. And because I had seen pretty much everybody from DAV pretty much by this time and spent a lot of time at the VA outside of work trying to get the benefits and trying to get the help that is needed for him, which was years before I even met you.
Yes, and it showed through the paperwork. I could tell that you were very, you were his advocate. It really showed. And I was happy, I was able to help you.
I was happy too. I was really happy when I saw the cheering squad through my text message, the celebration, through I was like, oh, I finally did it. I finally did it. But it took years to get through. So why is it so long? Why is the process so hard for veterans? And what is it that we can do to help?
Honestly, the VA has, law, right? So they tell you what you need, but the average person doesn't know how to read the law, right? So the veteran or, the family member might not have the proper paperwork or, a diagnosis. You could go to the doctor for 20 years and not have a diagnosis.
Got you. Okay.
So it's stuff like that, just not knowing what the VA is actually looking for.
Okay.
And then we have the VA. That's another issue in itself. The VA proper, how they process
the
things.
Proper wording.
Yes, the proper wording, but also how they process the claims.
Okay.
So it's law. However, I feel through my experience, over a decade that, it's the way they process claims as well. So they'll process them expeditiously, and a lot of things get denied. And so when you get denied, um, you get, people get discouraged, and they never file. They never file again. Just about a year ago, I had someone come to me and say, "Hey, the VA denied me," and I looked at the paperwork, and I was like, "Oh, well, they denied you because you didn't go to the exam."
Oh yes, I remember all those exams. Yes,
and
they
were
send
like,
you way out to different places. It's nothing. Yeah, I remember all those appointments. But yes,
and they says, well, it was COVID. Well, a lot of people didn't know what all you had to do was call them and say it was COVID. I didn't feel like, I don't feel safe to go. Yes. And then they would put that on hold, right? The claim on hold. But because he didn't know to call, they denied him. So now he's 5 years, without, 5 extra years before he even, met me. And now, all he had to do was just refile and go to the exams. And so that's what I told him to do. And now he's, I think, like 70 or 80%.
Oh, wow.
Which could have, happened. So a lot of, so I say all that to say a lot of it is just not knowing the process, not knowing what the VA is looking for.
Okay. Yeah. And I think someone did say to me early on, if they deny you, refile. And so I think I kept pushing, I kept refiling. And I do remember just doing that process over and over and over and over again. And I remember, yes, doing all those appointments and going out to who knows where for these appointments just to try to, and even, my father's like, Eric, I don't feel like going. I'm like, listen, we got to go to this appointment. I don't care how you feel, what's going on. We have to go to these appointments, you know, and we would make a way to these appointments. But, and it's interesting that you say too about them not knowing and what you see when you go to the VA. Even with me going with my father to the VA, I would see other veterans there who they need the help.
Yes.
They need the help. Because I think I had reached out to you at one point asking, even through the journey with my dad, what can I do on my end to help veterans also? Because there was a man there who just could not understand about the appointments. He couldn't understand how or who to go to for, and it was you see so many veterans who are actually just frustrated. They're upset because they don't know where to go or what to do, and a lot of them, I guess, transitioned into just a job, and they didn't think twice about the issues that were going on. And so it's later in life. And now later in life, they're trying to play catch up from everything that happened when they first came out. So and so it's really a huge disconnect right there.
Absolutely.
So of course, and that's when your foundation really is good and it really comes in. And that's if they really come to you or come to a facility such as yours where they can get that transition.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, and I'm glad you, what I was going to say, just so not knowing the process is a big thing.
Okay.
And I always say, if you can help a veteran get started, you have done like a lot. Because a lot of veterans that I come across, my age, in all ages, they don't know how to get started. They don't know what to do. So they don't even know that there's a VA website out there that you can go to and
get the form.
And get the form, fill it out on your own. There's an app. They don't know these things. So, just being able to, or just knowing what resources are out there. Hey, go to the DAV, go to the VFW or wherever like that. For assistance.
Okay.
And I'll educate real quick too.
Okay.
There is a difference between going to the hospital and getting representation and then going to like a national level.
Okay.
And getting representation. So I was at the national level of DAV.
Okay.
We had 18 months of on-the-job training. So that's how I got That yes, a blessing. So that's how I got so much training, or so much knowledge in the process, is because we had 18 months training, and also we tested every single month.
Oh wow.
No knock on any other organization, but DAV has world class training,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And so other, the volunteers
Yes.
that are out here, those are our ground soldiers, right?
Okay.
They don't have, unfortunately, they don't have that level of training.
Cool.
So, sometimes they don't know how to navigate the VA system like someone who works alongside of the VA. So
Okay.
I just want to bring that up because some people say, well, DAV never got back to us. Well, that DAV rep is a volunteer. That DAV rep is probably helping 25 people, at one time at their kitchen table.
Okay.
With using their own ink and paper and, laptop and all of those things. And they might just be trying to figure out how to actually help you properly.
Okay.
Yes, I just wanted to be, have that out there so people can be mindful of, the help that they are getting.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah. So I appreciate the volunteers out there because it's needed.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I have a girlfriend of mine who, I want to say that she was oh gosh, I'm sorry if I don't remember. Please don't shoot me for not remembering. Um, but she was also in the military reserve. And she is trying to get her benefits together, and she's having to go through all of this. So, what advice would you give her as far as?
So reservists are a little different.
Okay.
Now if they have active duty time, then it makes it a little bit easier to file for disability because the VA recognize you if you have a DD 214. So,
yes.
So not saying that it's not impossible to get benefits, but it does, sometimes make it a little harder if you're National Guard or Reserve.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the DD 214 makes a difference.
Yes. Or what is it called? Oh goodness. Line of duty. Okay. LOD. Okay. So if you're on drill and you get injured,
okay,
a lot of reservists don't know that they can go to their command and get what's called a line of duty.
Okay.
That's the command acknowledging, like, oh yes, she, fell off the Humvee, hurt her back. She's probably going to file for disability. Okay. So they're just acknowledging that. Okay. Without that, it does, make it a little bit more difficult. But like if you're at training, or you can kind of say you had training this weekend and then you go to a civilian doctor on Monday, right? Well, it's like, oh, I hurt my ankle during, while I was training. The VA will look at that. Okay. But that's I guess my advice, if she does not have the D214s, is to try to get line of duties. Okay. That's gonna help a lot.
Line of duty.
Yes.
You hear that? Line of duty.
Line of duty.
Line of duty. Okay. Okay.
Yes, and that's documentation. The command should know exactly what a line of duty is. Okay. And that's, in lieu of a DD 214, that's just acknowledging that the service member was injured.
And still follow the same protocol of going on the website, filling out the paperwork, and sending it all in. Yes. And then sending it in again.
Yes.
And sending it again. I'm only speaking of my experience, so that's the only reason why I'm saying it like this. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So when people file claims, say they got out 20 years ago, now their back hurts. Okay. Well, there's a 20-year gap, and you didn't go to the doctor while you were on active duty. You haven't been, in the last 20 years. People will file, not saying that it's you didn't hurt yourself on active duty, but there's no record. Okay. So people will file and get denied and get upset about that. So there's instances like
Okay,
that.
it's that fine line.
Yeah, there's instances like that you know, it's almost impossible to connect
And
that.
to try to prove it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless, you had a job that like a pilot or
Okay.
infantry,
Okay.
something like that. But like me, I was admin.
Okay.
Which I do have I got out of the military, medically retired due to my back.
Okay.
But let's just say I hurt my back in the military because I went 10 years flying under the radar. Okay. After I hurt my back. But let's just say I never went to the doctor. I only went one time or whatever and tried to claim it now.
Okay.
Right.
So when you were in the military, where did you go? Where?
Where was I stationed?
Yes.
First duty station was Germany.
Everybody likes Germany though.
I love Germany.
A lot of veterans love Germany.
Yes.
Okay.
I love Germany.
Okay.
And then I was stationed in where was I? Tennessee, Kentucky, Fort Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah, Kentucky. I lived in Tennessee, but it was kind of like on the border, like it's kind of like DC and Maryland.
Okay.
Like
okay.
that. So,
okay.
Then after that, I went to Texas, and then I deployed for 18 months.
When you deployed, where did you go?
Iraq.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then when I came back from Iraq, I went to Fort Carson, Colorado. Which I was like, what am I going to do at Fort Carson? And it turned out to be an amazing duty station. I found plenty to do.
Okay.
Who knew I was a nature person? And like,
really?
I was always in the mountains and hiking and, doing all the things. Do that.
No, because the bobcats and all the other stuff, yes, snakes, no.
I didn't see any. Okay. Maybe people cleared the way for me, but I didn't see any. So after I left Colorado, I came back home. I was stationed in DC. Okay. And then after DC, I went back to Germany. Okay. Yes. And then that's where I medically retired. Okay. Yes. Wow, Germany. My father actually was in Germany as well. And again, like I said, I've heard a lot of veterans say they have gone to Germany and they love Germany. So what is it about Germany? Well, it's not like the States, so it's not like it's relaxed. Okay. It's probably Europe as a whole, right? They approach life totally different. Okay. You're not sitting on eggshells every day? No. Businesses close at lunch. I mean, that would be beautiful. They have nap time. You know how many times I'll be late if we took a nap during the middle of the day? Oh my God, I'll be so late. But yes. Yeah, their approach just to life is just totally different. And I feel, when I'm over there, it's like stress, like the stress level is down. Right. I'm sure their life expectancy is totally different from ours. Mm-hmm. Because we just keep going. Yes. We don't know how to. Right. Mm-hmm. We really don't know how to. And I learned that from people over there, how to just relax. Okay. Yes. And my first duty station, well, the first time I was there, I was in my 20s, so it was no relaxing. Okay. Okay, you're working. I was working and all the things. 24/7, I was gone and doing something in Germany. And I did travel. So I've traveled majority of Europe. Okay. And so I love Europe, actually. Yeah, I'm planning a trip to go soon. I don't know. You got a lot going on, so yes, you can go back. I do have a lot going on. But then you have, but with all this that you have going on, you just have to learn how to figure out when you can slow down to do it. Yes. Because I know I have sent quite a few veterans your way. Yes. And I'm sure you have quite a lot of other people that send veterans your way. So how do you navigate with sending you all these people? How do you navigate with when first I assess to see what they need, and then I'll send them to a resource or make sure that they're connected to who they need to be connected to. Okay. But through the nonprofit.
Okay.
So yeah, so before, just through myself, now have, with the nonprofit,
Yes.
you know, they'll come through, you know, do a contact, fill out the contact form. I see what they need, and then I can best direct them, to the services that they need. So it's structured different.
Okay. Now your nonprofit, if I'm not mistaken, you opened up an actual storefront per se,
Um,
or
oh no, so we got an office space
okay,
in Crownsville, Maryland.
okay,
So Anne Arundel County owns this property because it's the where the Crownsville Hospital
okay,
used to
okay,
be.
okay,
So they own the building. They made it into a nonprofit center, and it's
okay.
a workspace for nonprofits that service Anne Arundel County residents. So
Got you.
we have a space there, and it is amazing
Okay.
because we utilize all the services. They have, capacity building training there. It's really, really good for nonprofits that are starting out.
Okay.
Because the resources that you get there, I mean, amazing.
Oh wow.
Amazing. And it doesn't feel like, you're on your own.
Okay.
Because, a nonprofit is for the community.
Yes.
There is no owner.
Right.
I'm the founder. But we all know that the founder in the beginning will do majority of the work.
Yes.
So it's really good to have, the nonprofit center there as a strategic partner.
Okay.
Because they help you with all like your strategy,
Okay.
whether it's fundraising or whatever you need
Okay.
for your nonprofit. They help you with that.
So what do you say for people who want to come and help or be a part of?
The VetReset?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have yes, we need
I
help.
think she's really happy about that. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. We do need help. And because I've been in this space for over a decade, and I founded a nonprofit where I was born and raised.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people, and then my other community connections and stuff like that. Like it's grown. It's grown really fast. So like
Yeah, I've been watching you grow. You go to her social media page, it's crazy. She is Lindsay, you're growing like crazy.
Thanks.
From when I first met.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you kind of exploded, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. If I go back from the day I first spoke
for sure.
to you, you
for
actually
sure.
exploded.
For sure.
So you just okay. So go ahead. Go
Yeah.
back. So you say you need help.
Yes. My biggest need. Well, there's a lot of big needs.
Okay.
But what I really could appreciate right now is admin assistance. So I do all the admin work and, the outreach to, for sponsorships and donors. And I do all of that, riding around to the businesses and meeting and greeting people in the community. I do all of that. So if I had someone, helping with the admin, it would alleviate some of that.
Now, is that a volunteer type job?
It is a volunteer. However, it is for now, because the events that we do, of course, the stipend is, so it will be a paid once we get, funding in and all of that, because we still new. We're 1 year old.
Okay.
I know it doesn't seem like it.
It doesn't, because you got so much stuff going on. Yeah. You have a lot here.
Yeah. So we have ambassador program. That's spreading the word about the VetReset Foundation. So just being out there in the community, telling people, not just veterans, but like everybody, businesses, because I'm, creating an ecosystem where we all, live and work together.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that fundraisers. So if anybody is and fundraisers, everybody's like, get grants. But the real deal with that is if you're new, you're probably not going to get funded.
Okay. Okay.
Because they're not going to bet on you if you don't,
Right.
because they feel like you don't have that foundation, right, even though you may, some do get, funded rather quickly. Depends also what level you're
depending on what it's
grants.
For. Yeah.
But
Okay.
but when you have a nonprofit or found a nonprofit, grants should be down at the bottom of your list, and actually 70% of your funding is going to come from individual donors.
Oh wow!
So you should always put that donor outreach initiative, into play.
Okay.
In the very beginning.
Okay.
And that is hard too. That's hard too, especially in this economy. Because let's be real, $5 for some is a lot of money, right?
That's
$1, right? That's a lot of money, unfortunately, right? That's where we're at
right now. Yes.
Let's be real.
Yes.
So even with this event that I had to be, yep.
We'll talk about this in a second.
Voices of Valor. I had to meet the people where they were or where they are.
Okay.
And it's not asking for $5,000.
Right.
It's not asking for $10,000. Would we love it?
Yes.
Would it help? Absolutely. But it's also a community. So I was like, well, if we all just come together collectively and raise this $5,000 together for this event, that is more meaningful than one person.
Correct.
Or one corporation giving the nonprofit $5,000. So that's what I did. So that's what I'm doing. I'm on a quest to raise funds
for our veterans.
For our veterans, for active valor, so we can make this the best community events out there.
Yes, because I need to send more people your way, and I need you to help them get where they need to be, and help transition them either coming out or at the other end, people who just bypassed all that, went to work, and now they're learning at the end of the game, okay, I need to go back for assistance. So,
and transition there's no time limit on the transition.
Okay.
But the closer to your military service, the better. But people like myself, I could 10 years out this year, and I felt like I was still transitioning. Even a couple years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. So transition doesn't. There's no into it. The transition stops. Okay. It stops when the veteran feels as though they've transitioned.
So tell us about the act of valor. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So the act of valor is.
Oh, I said it wrong. I'm sorry.
No. The act of valor is it's a basketball classic. It's our newest program. It's a program. There's also a fundraiser.
Okay.
But it's to bring the community together. Okay. Through sports, through basketball. Because basketball brings people out.
Yes, it does.
Yes it does. And basketball's fun.
It is.
Former basketball player here. So middle school age, right? So everything about the program has a transition, right? So the military, the veterans, we transitioned.
Yes.
The military that will show up, they're going to transition.
Okay.
Right? Basketball players transition out of the uniform. Okay. Right? Middle schoolers transition to high school.
Correct.
So there's a transition period, and then we all come together as a community. Okay. So we can help facilitate these transitions, right? Okay. And just be a support to each other. Right?
And when is this? This is
April 18th. Okay. And it's at Annapolis Area Christian School, which is one of our community partners. Okay. It is at their Kilby Athletic Center. It's a very, very nice campus. Okay. Very nice campus. And yeah, so it's from 9 to 6. However, it's probably not going to be that long. I don't know, because in basketball, that's
Right.
9 to 6, but we have games.
That's the allotted time that you all have. Okay, that's
Yeah.
a long period though.
But the championship game is scheduled to start at 3:15.
Okay.
That's when we're asking for max participation.
Okay.
To come out and just be the support, be the community,
Okay.
rally around our veterans and our young athletes.
So do you already have your teams are already been picked?
So we have an extensive list of teams, and we are working on sponsorships. So as people sponsor, they get to actually, look at the teams that are going to play. So we haven't released the names of the teams yet.
Okay. And the reason why I'm giving you this look, and I'll give my manager a look over here because my nephew plays basketball. So I'm wondering, like, okay, who might this be, and is he a part of it? Which will actually be really cool if he is a part of it. And I just don't know.
We're accepting teams.
Okay.
So if you want to nominate or connect the team to the nonprofit, you can do that.
Okay.
And then I'll get you to the person that is actually handling the basketball portion of it.
Okay.
Because that's not what I'm not handling the basketball portion of it.
Okay.
I handle everything else outside of the basketball part.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm in it, but I'm not in it. They're like, you're not so good. You say you're not in it, but
so if you want to sponsor veterans, yes, if you have a basketball team that you want to come out and sponsor, help our veterans, please reach out to Lindsay. We will leave everything on our website so you can see where to go, what to do, who to talk to move forward with this, because that would be fantastic.
Yes.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
And also, people, if you know of a veteran, you want to help a veteran, if a family member is a veteran, anything when it comes to veterans, because we need to protect our veterans. They have done so much for us. And we really, really need to be there for them. So if you know of anybody who's in need of, reach out to Lindsay.
Yes.
You can also reach out to me on Red Velvet Talks. I know how to find Lindsay wherever she is. And
she does.
So I can get you over to her so they can help get you the sources that you need, the resources that you need, and help you move forward. Because I did not like what I saw, at the VA and people just needing the help and they just don't have it. And I know you all remember I had a friend of mine by the name of Celia Andrews on here who was a retired RN, and we were talking about advocacy, so this all folds together. Being an advocate for a veteran is difficult as well because my dad was a veteran and me being an advocate for him, and then my parents, we're advocates for them, so so please reach out because we need to get that support for veterans. Yes.
And so before we end this, I do want to explain the VetReset a little bit more.
Okay.
So we do help the veteran beyond the uniform.
Okay.
And then we focus on like education, advocacy, community, and of course, that includes the education includes benefits, and we do workforce development. But we partner. So we partner with a lot of people in the community.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if it's a service that the VetReset doesn't provide, we know how to, point you in another direction.
To help you out. Okay.
Yes. Now we have Voices of Valor. Voices of Valor is our advocacy program. So that actually is how we started. It was our inaugural program.
Oh, okay.
And so from that, I managed to bring 25, 30 people in the room together.
Okay.
Veterans and allies. And so, I said, okay, well, whatever I do to launch this program is what we're going to do. It's our flagship. We'll do it every year.
Okay.
So last year was our second annual Voices of Valor, and we partnered with St. Mark United Methodist Church with the men.
Okay.
So they're a veteran group, and they were gracious enough to give us they have like an event center hall connected to the church. So they were gracious enough to allow us to have our event there. We had 70 signed up. I had vendors coming off the streets to set up, and I was like, we don't unfortunately have room. So unfortunately I had to turn people away before the event even started.
So now you need a bigger space.
So now we need a bigger space. So it's a good problem. Every time we have an event or something, we outgrow that place the first time.
Okay.
So I'm expecting for Active Valor to be pretty big.
Okay.
Hopefully, prayerfully. But the Active Valor, and then we have our transition program. So that is our what we like, our main program is what we'll fund. So everything from the Active Valor goes to our transition program.
Okay.
In our transition program, we talk about the identity shift. We talk about financial planning. We have the real conversations that you have that happen when you transition.
Okay.
Right. So, like I said, not the surface level stuff, the real stuff. I have 5 kids and I'm a single parent. Those type of conversations.
Yeah.
I'm married. Where are we going? We're arguing because we don't, he wants to live here. I want to live here, and where are our kids gonna go? So like those are the type of conversations we had. I have trained professionals, mental health professionals, financial planners that work that will deliver these workshops to the veterans. And yeah, so we do the identity. We have a what do you call it? Image consultant.
Okay.
Yes. So she's my image consultant.
Okay. She has it all. She has it all.
Yes, but she is really, really good. 30 years in the Air Force, retired. But she shows you how to show up, like what to wear. Because when we were in the military, we wore a uniform. So that's real. When I got my first job, I didn't know. I was like, what? Now, I had clothes in the closet, but to actually shop to go to a job,
didn't know.
And I had to think about what I was going to wear every day. I wish I had her when I got out, because she helps you with like, this is for this, this is for this, this is for this, so you don't have to think about anything.
Okay.
We have someone with the mental health aspect of it.
Oh, we definitely need that.
Yes. So she's trained. She'll be doing like EMDR.
Okay.
And we have someone who helps you unlearn the toxic behaviors and mindsets that you learned in the military. So it's pretty extensive,
but good
and needed.
Yes,
very needed. And so we didn't forget the family. We didn't forget, the spouses. They will, they're included as well, because during this, they do a family plan or a life plan, which is like a business plan. But it's like, what is this going to look like
for the kids and the family?
Yeah, for everything. And then, this is where the spouse comes in or the family comes in, and they help design this life plan.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
I'm proud of you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to bring you back on with Celia, because I think we need to have a bigger roundtable discussion. Yeah. That one actually may be a very long discussion, so we might be on here for a couple of hours, because I mean, we need to, because again, these two situations, they click together. So we need to figure out ways, and if there's ways that we can help veterans, and just be an advocate, period.
Yes.
Yes. But everybody, please, please, please support Lindsay Kinslow with the VetReset Foundation, and please support her basketball game coming up Again, it is April the 18th, 2026. Why did I say 2026? But it's from 9 to 6 p.m. Please come out and support Lindsay for this.
We're planning to get there at 3.
Okay.
I mean, if you say, oh, they have so many hours.
Okay, so the big game is at 3.
And so I have some government agencies that are coming out.
Okay.
Yep. I can't. I'm not.
Okay, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, we'll release the names shortly, but and this is what it's about. Bringing out not only the community, but the government resources as well, because where are they, right? Mm-hmm. The veterans want to know where they are. So I'm bringing them out.
Well, this is going to be a great event. I will be there. My manager and I will be there to support Lindsay. We're going to be there cheering people on. But again, thank you all for coming to Red Velvet Talks again. Lindsay, thank you so much for coming on and telling us about your vet reset. I'm looking forward to you coming back on again. But we're about to go because today I fixed 5-flavor pound cake, and Lindsay and I are about to dig in on this 5-flavor pound cake. So, sorry I didn't mean to hit the hat. See you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. I'm not behind, I'm aligned, still becoming, still